Good morning. It is a beautiful morning. We had a nice frost last night and the sun's supposed to, I think, warm it up to like the 60s today. So, don't really have anything update wise yet. So I thought I'd just kind of take you on part of our chores and let you enjoy some of the beautiful weather with me. What's the matter? Good morning from my extremely messy shed. We always clean it at the end of winter and we're not quite there yet, but last evening we were getting ready to settle in for the night and my husband got a Facebook message from a friend saying that one of the local feed stores had a bunch of chicks that were heavily marked down. And so he proposed the question of going and getting chicks early this year. And I was kind of hesitant. I'm not going to lie. It's cold. Our Marches and Aprils get really brutal here sometimes. And so the idea of raising chicks in the winter was kind of, not super appealing to me. But so he's like, well, let's go. If we don't get them, it's not a wasted trip, whatever. So we drove over. And to be honest, a couple of them were in pretty rough shape. There were a handful that I was like, not sure are going to make it. But they had them marked down to like 75 cents each. And I told him, I said, if they'll give me all of them for 50 cents a piece, we'll take them, we'll try them, see if we can't raise them. They're Cornish cross broilers. So there'll be meat birds. They'll be our first batch of meat birds. So we picked them up. I think there was like a little over 60 of them. And so we picked them up and they gave them to us for 50 cents each. And honestly, some of them are going to look like they're going to do good. And then there's a couple others that we did lose one last night. And there's a couple that just aren't doing so hot. But yeah, so we got heat lamps hooked up. It was really cold last night. So I'm kind of excited that they made it through the night. Because honestly, we hadn't prepped for chicks. But a lot, they're eating and pecking, and we put a heat pad under here. We don't have like a hover brooder. I'd love to get one eventually, but the store had a heat pad, so we threw that down, and then our heat lamps. And so far, from what I can tell, we've only lost one, which I thought was pretty good considering the condition of some of them. But we're gonna keep fighting with them. Fighting for them. We gave them some apple cider vinegar and garlic, and I'm probably gonna do a herb blend to put in their feed today. But we just rigged up a really redneck system to keep it hot, because our roofs we have one of those buy the pre-built sheds, and so it's really tall. But yeah, so again, some of them aren't looking super good. We're gonna have to fight for them, but we're gonna try. We're gonna fight for them, and if they make it, awesome, and if not, well, we tried to give them a good home But yeah, so we rigged up this really redneck way to keep the heat in their little section because it was cold last night. It's gonna warm up today, so I'm hoping that'll revive a bunch of them and keep them from huddling over like this. But we're gonna fight for them. So if you have never been to West Virginia in the winter, it is a very weather-wise confusing place. And evidently the plants are feeling it this year as well. These are either tulips or irises or some bulb that I got on clearance that clearly thinks it's time for spring. And it's February.